beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is the February 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising to get a full picture of everything that's going on this month for you. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to start in column 1 with things that are wrapping up, coming to a close for you, typically the last few weeks or month. Column 2 is going to be a general February reading. Then in column 3, it's going to be money. Column 4 will be love. And in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from your future self or spirit guides. We're also going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to give you a healing note as well as your crystal for the month. So let's jump in and see. We're going to pull kind of an affirmation summary card here. We have the card Heat. When I see this card, it typically means that things are starting to move. Things are heating up. Things are getting moving for you. But let's see what messages we have here. The first card we have is the 7 of Pentacles. So you see this person planted all of these pentacles and they're having to wait and watch them grow. This is very much so delayed success. Makes sense that we have the Heat card. I feel like some of you were in a stagnant kind of waiting period. However, with the Heat card, I think that would indicate that things have finally started getting moving for you, Sagittarius, after maybe some stagnant time. The next card we have is the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is a card of having to compromise, or could be meaning that you had to make a decision. On the note of compromise, maybe things didn't just play out exactly the way you wanted. Things are moving again, but it might not have been what you wanted. Then we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very bold leadership card. It's a card of power. It's a card of courage. I feel like for some of you, Sagittarius, you might not have been feeling your power, and it seems like that's been restored for you now, which is really good. Knowing what you're capable of and what all you can do. But let's clarify. Lots of King and Queen cards here, which is good. That's putting you on the throne, in your throne, Sagittarius, which we love. We have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very nurturing, it's very healing, very supportive. So what I'm getting is that, again, things weren't necessarily the way that you wanted to be, but this kind of slowdown or this waiting period did enable you to do some healing, some additional reflection. You're better set up now than you were had things gone at the pace you wanted them to, Sagittarius. The next card that we have is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a card, again, very supportive. It's also a card of being very tolerant and empathetic. I do think that you had to become more tolerant during this situation. Again, I feel like things just didn't go quite the way you wanted them to, Sagittarius. That's paired on top of the 2 of Swords too, which can be a card of compromise. So I feel like you're a little bit more tolerant, a little bit more empathetic, because maybe things weren't exactly what you wanted. Then our third clarifying card here at the bottom is the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. In the case of Ace of Pentacles, it's oftentimes new job, raise, promotion, investment, some sort of new income. It's very much so a money card. And that's on top of our King of Wands, which is a card of being courageous, having power. It's also a leader card. Some of you could be moving into a leadership type role. For some of you, you could have been waiting for a new job or promotion opportunity. Just took a little bit longer than you were hoping for, but definitely some new money associated with it. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is just kind of general what's going to be happening in February. We have the card Consistency. So you need to make sure that you're staying very consistent in the things that you do in February, Sagittarius. But let's see what messages we get here. Starting at the top, we have the Moon card. The Moon is definitely about trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. See that face inside of the sun there? That's all about intuition. This is also about voluntary change. So you may be making some sort of change. It's interesting you have the Consistency card, then the Change card. We'll clarify that. The message might more so be, though, that you need to be consistent in trusting your gut. Maybe sometimes you listen to your gut and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you trust your intuition, sometimes you don't. The next card we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very resourceful card. Resourceful is good. It means you're being smart with your money. You're being resourceful with the resources that you have. Love that definition with the word in it. This is also a card of fertility. So for those of you hoping to expand your family, this could be a wonderful card for you too, given the fertility there. Then at the bottom, we have the Eight of Swords. I like seeing the Eight of Swords in readings because I can give them out kind of as a warning sign. It's a card of self-imposed restrictions. If you see this person's arms are bandaged down, they're blindfolded, but there's all these swords stuck into the ground, and this person can very easily like wiggle their way back and cut themselves free. So when I see this, I can tell you to make sure that you're not limiting yourself. Like, don't be thinking negative thoughts. Don't be the one telling yourself that you can't do something. I think that does tie back into saying that you need to trust your intuition consistently. Like, don't be questioning or doubting yourself, Sagittarius. So let's clarify this row and see what other information we get here. We have the Sun card. This is a card of material happiness, joy, success. I think this is a really wonderful sign. What I'm getting here, Sagittarius, is that if you trust yourself, you're going to lead yourself to this happy, successful place. I think people get nervous trusting their gut because they're worried that they're going to make the wrong choice. And this is saying don't, because you're going to end up in the right place at the right time. The next card we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a card, it's very curious. It can be like gossip or trying to find truth. I do think the message I'm getting here is you're going to find some truth out in February, and this truth is going to make you smarter. It's going to make you more resourceful. It could also be finding out that you're pregnant or expecting to grow your family. It's that kind of surprise news. Then we have the repeat Two of Swords. We had the Two of Swords earlier. Again, this is having to make a decision or possibly having to compromise. I feel like you're really limiting yourself making decisions, Sagittarius, because you're questioning yourself. This isn't so much about compromise this time when this card's coming up as it is about making decisions and then like questioning the decision you made. You have to trust your intuition. You have to trust your gut. Again, it's only you limiting yourself here, Sagittarius. So now let's take a look at our next column, which is money. So this could be your job, it could be your career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything related to money. The first card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a teamwork card. It's also a card of expansion or travel. Some of you could be traveling for work. You could be expanding your team. You could be expanding your business. It is also very much so a teamwork card. So be close to your coworkers, be close to your boss, be close to your employees this month. Teamwork is coming through strong, that you could be leaning on each other, leveraging each other's strengths. The next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is very reliable, very hardworking. I'm not sure why your team or your coworkers or your boss are coming through so strong, Sagittarius. But like, this is a really good, hardworking group of people, especially if you're in the position where you like run the business. I think you have a good team under you. But this is also you, very much so you, the Knight of Pentacles, and expressing how hard you're working. Then we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom. This is a card of self-sufficiency. I like seeing this card in the money column because when I think about self-sufficiency, it means that you don't need anybody else to help you with money or finances. It's fine if you have help, but being self-sufficient when it comes to money is one of the best things that you can do for yourself because you don't need anybody. So wonderful card again when we see it in the money column. The first clarifying card we have here is the Chariot. Somebody once described this card to me as the vroom vroom card. It means things are moving, and typically moving quite quickly. There's action, there's change, there's movement. I do want to point out that some of you could actually be buying a new vehicle too. I throw that out there because buying a vehicle is absolutely an investment. The Chariot does indicate a new car, so some of you could be getting a new car this month. It's paired with that Three of Wands. The Chariot can mean travel as well, so some of you could definitely be traveling for work. But you're really on this journey. For those of you expanding the business, I think it is very much so going to blossom and be very strong. Teamwork is still coming through though, so make sure that you're taking care of your team, relying on your team, again, leveraging each other's strengths. The next card that we have is the Devil card. The Devil card is an interesting card. It's a card sometimes of greed or envy or obsession. What I'm getting, so it's on top of the Knight of Pentacles, which is that hardworking thing. Some of you could be obsessing over work, and maybe that's why teamwork's coming up, is like you don't like to let go of things, you don't like to share responsibilities. But don't find yourself obsessing over money or work, Sagittarius. Then last but not least, at the bottom here, we have the Temperance card. The Temperance card is a card of balance, harmony, patience, and that's on top of that Queen of Swords, which is, again, very self-sufficient. So with the Temperance card, balance is good when we think about work, because we want a work-life balance, we want our finances to be balanced, we want our investment portfolios to be balanced. Good card to have all around. But I think this is good if some of you have felt out of whack, like maybe your spending habits are out of whack or your debt to income ratios are too high or something like that. I do see that balancing out for you, Sagittarius. So now let's move into our next column, which is love, anything related to love. So this could be family, friends, relationships, children. Let's take a look and see what messages we have in the love column. So the first card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a very curious card. This can be a card of gossip. We had it come up earlier. They're not really necessarily feeling related though, Sagittarius. But it is like gossip or looking for truth. You might find truth out about a family member or a relationship this month. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It also could be like somebody gossiping about your relationship. Like there could be people on the outside of your relationship that are very envious of what you have going on currently. The next card we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is very nostalgic. Some of you could be reflecting on your relationships at this point in time. This is also a card of reunions, so you could be getting reunited with an old friend, or possibly you'll decide to start dating an ex. We'll of course clarify that and see what message comes through. Then at the bottom here we have the Knight of Cups. This is a wonderful card to have in the love column. It is a love card, so I love to see it in the love column. The Knight of Cups is the card of Prince or Princess Charming. It's very romantic. It could also mean proposals. This is like the knight in shining armor. If you are single and wanting to be in a relationship, this is a wonderful card because this means a really wonderful relationship, potential partner or companion could be coming your way. If you're in a relationship, this is a very good sign too. This is a very romantic, deep love. Overall, like I said, a great card to have. It could also mean proposals, so some of you could be getting engaged or getting married. Let's clarify this column and see what else we have going on. We have the High Priestess first as our clarifying card. The High Priestess is a card, again, of secrets or truth. So you're going to find something out this month. I'm not sure what it is. And again, it might not be like bad truth, but you're just going to learn something this month. Secret, mystery, truth, those words keep coming together for you, Sagittarius. The next card that we have is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of loss, regret. Sometimes it's feeling unloved. If you look at this person, their head's hanging low, they're dressed in black, and they're like grieving these cups that have been knocked over. It's on top of the Six of Cups, which again is nostalgic. So I think some of you could be reflecting back on a relationship that you're sad that ended. It could be an ex, it could be a family member. Somebody could have passed away, and that's triggering some of that nostalgia. For the reunion too, the reunion could have been somebody that had hurt you previously, so do just keep that in mind, Sagittarius. Then at the bottom here, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. Some of you want to be in a long-term relationship. You want that security, you want that happiness. Really well paired with the Knight of Cups though. Again, this is a great person coming in or a great person you already have. For those of you wanting to get engaged, I would say that this is a good sign as well because you have an engagement card and a long-term security card here. Now in our last column, let's take a look at a message from our future self or spirit guides. So a message for you to carry into February with you. We have the card of space. Space is an interesting card, and I'll have to pull some cards to better give the meaning to you behind this. But the message that's coming through right now for you, Sagittarius, is there's a time where you're like going to need to give yourself space. And that might sound a little weird, but again, make sure you're processing thoughts and allowing things to kind of happen and give things the appropriate amount of time and space. So let's clarify and see what message we have here. The first card we have is the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is a very hard-working card. It's about mastering your craft, enjoying what you're doing. You're very skilled and very hard worker. The next card we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, very practical. This is another money card. This could be you in a position of a leader or possibly a wise investment coming your way. So two money related cards. I will say the message that's coming through connected to the space card is like, as things come up, make sure you give time and space to yourself so you can be practical and you can be wise and you can be solid in your thinking. Then the last card we have is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a new project, new inspiration, new urge to create. This does feel related to the work vein. Like I feel like you've been working really hard towards something and you're going to be rewarded with this new project or new opportunity. The first card we have is the Fool card. Building off of what I just said about the new opportunity, this is fresh hope, this is taking a chance, this is going down a new path. It's new adventure and new beginning. So definitely you're working hard towards this new beginning and you're definitely going to get it. You're going to be rewarded with it. Do again make sure that you take the time and the space to know what you want. Make sure it's the offer that you want, it's the opportunity that you want. Then we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very fast-paced, and it's oftentimes a lifestyle change. So I do think there's going to be some sort of job, investment, career, money type shift coming for you in February. That's on top of the King of Pentacles, which again is that solid, practical, wise. Leader comes very closely with the King of Pentacles. You could be moving into a leadership role. Definitely some sort of lifestyle change though there. Then we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is another leader card, so you could definitely see some of you moving into a leadership position. This is a very powerful card and a very charming card. I'm getting that in this new opportunity, you're going to be much more enabled, much more empowered, which is a wonderful place to be. Your voice is going to be heard, your opinion's going to matter. You're going to be able to make decisions that maybe you weren't able to make before, Sagittarius. Now let's take a look. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 7 of Hearts. This is number 21 card. That's going to be a yes. For question number 2, we have the 5 of Clubs. This is the number 33 card. That's a yes. And then for question number 3, we have the 7 of Clubs. This is the number 20 card. This is yes. So yes, yes, yes for you, Sagittarius. We're also going to pull a card from the Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal for you to carry throughout the month with you. Keep it in your pocket, put it on your nightstand, keep it on your desk at work. The crystal you have this month is Praise. This really helps you with composure and helps you slow down. Interestingly enough, we were talking about the Space card, giving your time self to think. But it gives you profound inner peace, really helps you come up with solutions, and it gives you trust in life. And then we're also going to do a note from our Healing Notes deck because we can always use more healing. Your note says, yes, you, the one reading this. You are beautiful, talented, amazing, and simply the best at being you. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll be notified when I post videos in the future. I do usually post a couple a month for Sagittarius. Also, if you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Sagittarius, and have a fabulous February.